By 2025, Elon Musk was once again all over the headlines. This time, it wasn't about rockets or AI. It was about a lawsuit. The courtroom was packed. Every seat was filled. Every camera was rolling. Elon had decided to represent himself. The judge, an older, no-nonsense man, looked at Elon, dressed in his usual jacket, no tie, and let out a sarcastic chuckle. "Are we really supposed to take you seriously, Mr. Musk?" Elon just smiled, unfazed. This case was about Tesla's secret autonomous city project. The accusation? Elon had built an entire self-sustaining, AI-driven city on land he didn't legally own. The judge shook his head. "You're not getting out of this one." Elon, still calm, placed a folder on the table. "If I may?" No one knew what was inside. The judge still looked skeptical, but the mood in the courtroom had shifted. "This case isn't about money," Elon said. "It's about saving the future." He called his first witness, a respected environmental scientist. She took the stand and spoke confidently. Tesla's autonomous city could cut carbon emissions to zero. The judge raised an eyebrow. His chuckle was gone. Elon had only just begun. The real show? It was still coming. By day 2, the judge still wasn't buying it. The environmental scientist continued her testimony. "This city runs on solar energy. No traffic, no pollution." The judge sighed, bored. Anyone can promise that. But Elon, he just flashed his signature smirk. "Well, let me show you." He pressed a button. A large screen lit up. The courtroom fell silent. On the screen, a hidden stretch of land in Nevada. Futuristic buildings, cars driving themselves. The sky? Crystal clear. The judge squinted. "This is real?" Elon nodded. "Still in testing." The prosecutor jumped in. "Objection. This was built illegally." Elon, completely unfazed, pulled out another document. "Actually," he said, "this land belongs to an environmental conservation group. Tesla is working with them." The judge looked surprised, but still skeptical. "And the cost?" Elon's reply was instant. "Less than the cost of saving an entire planet." The courtroom murmured. The judge stayed quiet, but something in his expression shifted. Then Elon played another video. People living in the city spoke directly to the camera. "This isn't just a project," one resident said. "It's a revolution." The prosecutor looked cornered. The judge leaned back, deep in thought. Elon's legal genius was beginning to show. But was it enough? By day 3, the tension in the courtroom had skyrocketed. Despite Elon's convincing arguments, the judge still wasn't sold. Even if this city is legal, what about its environmental impact? The prosecutor handed over a report. It claimed that several plant species had been destroyed during construction. The judge turned to Elon, a victorious grin forming. "Well, Mr. Musk." Elon didn't flinch. Instead, he reached into his pocket and pulled out a USB drive. "How about some actual science?" The screen lit up again. This time, a biologist spoke. "Tesla has cloned the affected plant species and reintroduced them into the ecosystem." The courtroom erupted in whispers. The judge's eyes widened. "Cloning?" Elon nodded. "We'll do whatever it takes to protect the planet." The prosecutor objected. But Elon, he was already 3 steps ahead. "Also," he continued, "the city recycles water and actively combats desertification." The judge furrowed his brows, but in his eyes, Elon saw curiosity. The prosecutor made one last attempt. "This project is too expensive." Elon's answer was simple. "The future isn't free." For the first time, the judge had no response. Elon was winning, but the trial wasn't over yet. By day 4, the courtroom was dead silent. The judge leaned forward. "All right, Mr. Musk, show me real proof." Elon stayed calm, reaching into his bag. He pulled out a sealed container and placed it on the table. "This is an air sample from the city. Test it." The judge raised an eyebrow. "You expect me to believe this proves anything? See for yourself." The sample was sent to a lab for testing. While they waited, Elon called his next witness, a family living in the city. The mother spoke first. "The air has never been this clean," her young son chimed in. "Our school bus is a self-driving Tesla." A wave of quiet laughter spread through the courtroom. Even the judge's stern expression softened. Then, the lab results arrived. The air in Tesla's city was 90% cleaner than the national average. The prosecutor's jaw clenched. The judge adjusted his glasses. Elon turned back to the courtroom, unfazed. "This is just the beginning." He pulled up a map. "Imagine autonomous cities like this all over the world." The judge sighed, shaking his head. "And is this legal?" Elon smirked. "Government negotiations are already in progress." The courtroom erupted in whispers. Then, a round of applause. The judge cracked a rare smile. Elon had won over the room, but just as he thought it was over, the prosecutor had one last trick up his sleeve. By day 5, the prosecutor wasn't done fighting. He turned to the judge. "Tesla's funding is suspicious." He held up a document. "We believe Mr. Musk used secret investments to fund this project." The judge frowned. "That's a serious accusation, Mr. Musk." All eyes turned to Elon. Did he look worried? Not one bit. Elon walked to the screen and pressed a button. A video began playing. A group of high-profile investors appeared. "We believe in the future." The judge squinted. "Can you verify their identities?" Elon pulled out another folder. "Every contract is signed. Every dollar accounted for." The prosecutor looked stunned, but he had one last attempt. "What about taxes?" Elon barely blinked. "Paid in full, plus additional donations to environmental funds." The judge examined the documents. Finally, he nodded. The prosecutor was out of moves. Elon stepped forward for one last statement. This case was never about legal loopholes. It was about one question. Are we going to let bureaucracy hold back the future? The room fell silent. Then, applause. The judge exhaled. "Mr. Musk, you've surprised me." But the final verdict? Still undecided. The courtroom was packed. Everyone was waiting for one thing: the judge's decision. The judge tapped his fingers on the desk, deep in thought. Finally, he spoke. "Mr. Musk, when this case started, I laughed at you." Elon raised an eyebrow, amused. "But now, I'm not laughing anymore." The prosecutor made one last attempt. "Your Honor, I must object." The judge held up his hand. "Enough." A pause. Tesla's autonomous city project is legal, environmentally friendly, and innovative. The final ruling: case dismissed. A roar of applause filled the courtroom. Elon nodded slightly, smiling. The judge stood up. "I tip my hat to your legal genius, Mr. Musk." As Elon walked out, journalists surrounded him. "Mr. Musk, what's next for Tesla?" Elon stopped, looked at the cameras, and smirked. This was just step one. As the judge left the courtroom, he muttered under his breath, "This man is going to change the world." Elon had won the case. But was this just the beginning? Or the start of a revolution?
If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, comment, and share. Subscribe for more inspiring stories.